She was the person everyone relied on. If someone cried, she answered. If someone panicked, she showed up. If someone said they needed her, she rearranged her entire day without hesitation. People admired her for being dependable, but she knew the truth. She had become responsible for everyone else's storms while ignoring the one forming inside her. She kept moving until the sky finally forced her to stop. It happened on a late afternoon when the clouds rolled in faster than she expected. She had left the house in a hurry and did not bring anything to protect herself. When the rain began, it fell with an intensity that soaked her within seconds. Sharp drops hit her shoulders, her cheeks, her hair. She pressed her hands over her head and ran, though she had no idea where she was going. Then, through the blur of rain, she felt a shift. She felt softness instead of cold. When she looked up, a stranger stood beside her, holding a large umbrella that cast a wide circle of shelter. The rain still fell everywhere else with the same force, but under that umbrella, the sound became softer, almost peaceful. They stood together in silence, listening to the storm without running from it. As the stranger held the umbrella steady, she realized something she had never understood before. The umbrella did not make the storm disappear. It simply created a small space of safety in the middle of it. She felt the message immediately. She had spent years trying to make storms disappear for everyone else. She tried to fix every argument, silence every fear, carry every emotional burden. She tried to pull people into safety using her own hands, even when those hands were shaking. For the first time, as she stood beside a quiet stranger, she allowed herself to see the exhaustion she had been ignoring. When the rain slowed, the stranger gave her a small nod and walked away. No words, just an offering of shelter and a reminder she did not expect. She stood there for a long moment, even after the umbrella was gone. She stood in the remaining drizzle, breathing, thinking, noticing how strange it felt to let herself pause. Later that week, she walked into a store and bought herself a sturdy umbrella. She chose one that felt right in her hand, one that could handle any storm. It was a small act, but it meant something. It meant she was finally learning to protect herself instead of sacrificing herself. The next time someone came to her with a crisis, she felt the familiar pull to drop everything and run toward their storm. But this time, she paused. She remembered the circle of shelter. She remembered how peace does not come from fighting storms for people. It comes from helping them find the tools to survive their own weather. She took a breath and said something she had never allowed herself to say. She said, "I cannot solve this for you, but I believe you can weather it." The world did not collapse. The relationship did not break. The person she said it to did not reject her. They took a moment, then nodded, and handled their situation themselves. She realized her constant rescuing had not protected people. It had prevented them from growing. Over the next few weeks, she practiced little moments of boundary and self-respect. She rested when she needed rest. She let the phone ring when her energy was too depleted to respond. She said no without carrying guilt like a weight around her neck. With every small act, she felt the storm inside her begin to soften. She learned that true support does not come from carrying another person through their chaos. It comes from trusting their strength. It comes from creating space, not solutions. It comes from believing that you do not have to destroy yourself to keep someone else dry. And somewhere in that lesson, she found a peace she had never felt before.